Okay guys, so yesterday at Gamescom was apparently the press day, which means that only press and industry people are really allowed in, and it was already one of the busiest things I've ever seen. Today, the public can get in, anyone can get in, and apparently several 100,000 people come. I'm really scared for what we're about to walk into. It is about to go crazy.
Right from the start, we knew that this would never be now, baby. Be now, baby. We're miles apart, and we just wanna let it free now, baby. Free now.
The sound in this crowd gets chills down your spine. Okay, so I'm in the business center area right now, which is kind of like where all the journalists go, which apparently I'm considered a journalist, which I guess is cool. We fooled them. But right now I'm going to go and check out Rainbow Six Siege. You might remember I did that video on Vegas like 2 weeks ago. This is the successor to it. So it's one of those series that I always used to play as a kid, and then now I finally get to come back and try the new one. And I got to play it a bit at E3, but the new one I hear is going to be pretty damn awesome.
1, 2, 3. Good job, guys. Yeah. Alright.
I'm a longtime fan of the Rainbow Six series, and Vegas 2 was one of the first shooters that I actually got properly addicted to. I remember I used to sit down on a Saturday night, plug in the Xbox, and just play hours and hours of Terrorist Hunt, where you'd basically just get put in a map against about 30 AI bots, and had to try and take them all out as fast as you could. Since then, I've started to play pretty much nothing but multiplayer games, so when they announced that 5v5 multiplayer would be the main focus of Rainbow Six Siege, I was pretty hyped. For me, the best kind of games are the ones that have got a lot of depth to them and make you think a little bit while you're playing, and I think that's one of the big reasons I fell so in love with TF2, because fights are more than just kind of pointing and clicking on the enemy. They're almost like their own little chess battle, because you got to think about all the different ways you can outplay your opponent using the environment around you and all the weapons you have at your disposal, and that means that every single time I win a fight in TF2, I know that I deserve to win. Now, as far as shooters go, there is a pretty wide range, from the more casual ones like Call of Duty all the way up to the tactical things like Counter-Strike, and then you've got stuff like TF2, which just seems to simultaneously sit at all ends of the spectrum, depending on whether you want to rancho relaxo or go and play a competitive Sixers game. Vegas 2 was a lot more like Counter-Strike, where you relied largely on smokes and flashes to take out enemies and get the advantage. But Siege, the successor to Vegas, takes the idea of a tactical shooter to a whole new level. Counter-terrorists can rappel up the side of buildings, set up explosive charges on windows and enter the house. You can shoot through walls, destroy floors to get the jump on the enemy. There is just an absolutely awesome number of tactical options, which means there's an almost infinite number of ways you can tackle each fight. I actually got so addicted to blowing things up that by the end of the playtest I was basically setting up random explosive charges on the walls just to see the destruction that it would cause. Yeah, I would not last long on SEAL Team 6. And obviously with the game being 5v5, you also spend time playing as the terrorists. Now, when we were playing as the terrorists, you could fortify walls, choose where we wanted to put the objective, and then play around that, and it was actually really terrifying being a terrorist, because when I was sitting in a room trying to defend the objective, I never really knew if the enemy was about to breach through a window beside me, shoot me through a wall, or maybe just blow a giant hole in the ceiling and get me from above. It was really, really intense, and I had this like nervous twitch by the end of that. There's also a terrorist hunt mode, which was great to calm down after those 5v5 multiplayer games. Similarly to Vegas 2, you and 4 teammates are just put up against this army of surprisingly smart bots. It's still intense and by no means easy, it's just slightly less heart attack inducing. But I mean, for me, the hallmark of a great multiplayer game is that it encourages teamwork. In games like CSGO and TF2, the team that organizes and coordinates the best is pretty much always going to come out on top. And the same was true for Rainbow Six Siege. Having those moments where each teammate found a different point of entry to the room and then you all breach it together just feels awesome as a CT, and absolutely terrifying if you're a terrorist. And at the end of the day, every time we won a round, I knew that we actually deserved to win, and having that coordination and teamwork really pay off is great.
Alright guys, so we just left day 2 of Gamescom. It was so good, probably way better than day 1, just because of having all that people there and the atmosphere is unbelievable. I didn't even play World of Warcraft, but seeing them launch the expansion for that and how crazy the crowd went was just, is crazy. Anyway, right now I'm going out for dinner with the Overwatch guys, which should be a ton of fun. They're always really interesting to chat to. And then later on the Wargaming party, so it should be good. Okay guys, we left the Wargaming party. It was pretty fun, but 12 hours of walking around Gamescom, it'll kill you. So I'm going to bed. Good night. You ruined it.